Hello, everybody. We
Hi.
we are back. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh,
That's
it did.
disappointing.
It did play. I heard it.
No, you heard it. I didn't play from. I didn't even get the background stuff.
Oh, that's,
Ah,
well, that is disappointing.
it is.
I apologise for that. Let me just make sure we've got sound. Oh yeah, we have. We've got sound. Um, right today, everybody. We're just having a conversation with ourselves again. Quite literally, we are going to be talking today mostly about our new single that is out. We'll let you know about that in a second. We're going to be telling you a little bit about how we recorded it, little bit about how the song came about, what the lyrics are about, and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about that. Hopefully, a few of you jump on
Yes, please.
with us. That would be most excellent of you. And we are also going to be just giving you a few updates as well, because we've got some stuff going on. We haven't done a lot in terms of physical activities in the last month, but now it's about to start getting a little busier again. So, first of all, get the pleasantries. How are we, Ems?
I've got a bit of a hair situation going on here that I'm a bit unhappy with. Look at. I don't know what this is. What's this?
I had a ponytail about an hour ago.
Oh, I'm not happy about it. I feel like I need an Alice band or a baseball cap just to sort it out. So if I just turn my head, no, that's worse. There we go. It's really bothering me. I'm good.
Cat, your good side. Last time we haven't actually been in the same room for a little bit, have we? It's feels like
it's been a whole week.
I feel like, oh yeah, we had rehearsal last week. I mean, like doing this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. What we're going to be doing then is, like I said, just discussing what we've got coming up. So, but before we do that, people, first of all, I would like to encourage you to go and keep checking out the current single that we have out. It's still getting a lot of radio play. That's this one, in case you're wondering. And I just want to see my name in lights of a huge lights with the bombing. Get so low from my own lane, sailing down Nashville, Tennessee. Right, it does say out April the 7th, but it is already out. We actually have more new music coming. We have been busy though, haven't we? We've been doing lots of writing recently.
We have.
I feel like we have written possibly more songs in a short period of time than we have done in a really long time, like loads.
Our chat between the two of us is just full of voice notes between the two of each other, just sharing songs.
Tons. Some of which we're going to be playing live for the first time very, very soon, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, we've got a couple in there that are a bit like bluesy rock. Still got some of them country elements that you would expect from us. We've got one that is super chill.
Do you know, I'm very excited about singing that one. I think I am moderately to majorly concerned that when we actually come to perform this one, I may get a bit choked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not gonna weep.
I'm allowed to weep in a country band. I can't weep in a metal band. But in this one,
it'd be weird. It'd be funny if you did. It'd be interesting and make it interesting, wouldn't it? But yeah, that one is really chilled. We've got a little a cappella section in there as well.
And I tell you what, people, the harmonies are.
Yeah, if we don't mess them up live,
we won't mess them up.
Well, we might. We might, because I'm doing them on. So, right, let's get into this before I forget, because I'm all over the shop. Right, so first thing we need you to do is we are up for an award. I was so excited, I need to knock my headphones off. We're up for an award. Yes. And the award is the UK Country Music Awards. Vote for us. There will be a link that I will put in the conversation chat below, where you can go and vote for us. We're in the category of best band, so go and find us. Go and put in. You have to type in the Westlands, and you'll figure it out. It's really easy to do. Don't vote for other people.
It's all about us.
Only us, the Westlands. Give us a
These
vote. We
guys.
would really appreciate it. We also have a show next week that we're doing at Base Culture. Now, it's an open mic, but they also do it in the form of like it's like a mix.
Showcase.
It's like a show. It's a showcase / industry mixer where both artists turn up and then maybe some industry pros and things like that. So it's really cool. If you're an artist and you've got a guitar or you play piano or you just sing, whatever it is that you do, pop down, come and down. That is in Sheffield. We're playing that. It's a nice old drive straight from work, isn't it?
Yippee!
We've done
on
that
a school night, no less.
Yes, we've done that before, though, haven't we? So
we have.
We know what that's all about. It's going to be a new experience for the rest of the boys. They're going to enjoy it. But we've also got a gig as well in Kidderminster. Now that one's a little bit more local. Don't know what this dance is.
I like it.
But we are playing at 45 Live, and we are playing with Sean Tobar Band.
And we've played with those guys before, and we had a great time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We had a really good gig, actually. In fact, they did a great job because they were called on like properly last minute. And I think if I remember correctly, we was meant to be main support for that gig, and we ended up being the headline band for it, which was a bit crazy. So it's a bit of this one is a co-headline. So we're both roughly doing about an hour's worth of set, which means we're going to be playing lots of new songs at it. Which is, am I boring you there, Emma?
I'm so sorry. I've had a very long day. I tried to hide it. Thank you for bringing it up to everybody. Have you noticed that with this lighting, I look like I've got some kind of like jaundice or something? I've got, look at the colour of me. Look at that.
Are you okay?
I look very yellow. I look like a Simpsons character.
Which one would you be if you was a Simpsons character?
I'd like to think I'll be Mo from the bar.
Why?
I love him. I love his attitude.
He's a bit.
I'm also just as successful with women as he is, so I think
he's a bit of a sneaky fellow, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh well. So yeah, we've got a gig. Like I say, 2nd of June. It's again, both of these events are free. People, they are completely free.
You don't get that very often these days.
So if you can get to either of the shows, there's no entry fee. Completely free. So yeah, please get yourself down there. And big news is boom, we have a new single out on the 2nd of June. This single is called, Emma, do you want to just tell them what the song is called?
I can do because I've written it down.
Oh.
This song is called Broken Every Heart.
It's so rememberable.
We recorded this with 4 other tracks. We did this at the same time we did 4 other tracks. And for some reason, the name of this track, even though I'm the main singer of this song, I can never remember it. Never remember it.
Oh, you really do have an issue with this one, don't you? It's not, for some reason, it's just not sticking. Hopefully the lyrics will stick when she sings it live. It's a bit heavier than some of the other stuff that we've done. Although I would say, actually, I don't think it's any more heavy than Falling.
No.
But actually in the verse, it has got a bit more of it does strip back, and it is a bit twangy. Got a little bit of that banjo going on in there. When we was recording these 4 tracks, we were kind of going for a bit more of a bigger, fuller country rock sound, which goes a little bit away from some of the stuff that we've done previous, but again, like keeping a lot of those elements in there. I really like this one.
This one gives me palpitations.
I can understand that, though, because I think vocally, I think this has got to be your hardest song for you to sing.
I think that, vocally, this is definitely the most taxing. And I sing this with with a different melody and a different rhythm to the bass line. So my brain has been trying to get work overtime. So what have we decided to do with this one, Steve?
We've decided that I may play bass on that one.
Just to give my brain a little bit of a break.
I'm having difficulty with my chair.
This is like pat your head, rub your stomach, but also then snap in a different rhythm. This song, it's a complicated one for the multitasking.
It's sometimes, though, you just get, when you play, I don't know if anyone watches this, Let us know what you think if you play an instrument and sing. But there's just most songs I can play and sing, and I'm
Yeah.
absolutely fine. But then there's just every now and then there's just one song, and I just go, nope.
Yeah.
Brain and face don't want to do matching things here,
Yeah.
and I can't. If the rhythm section is too bouncing away from the melody,
Yeah.
that I can't do it. Like you say, it's like doing the
But with an additional thing thrown in.
yeah,
Yeah.
and a leg kick or something.
And a maths question.
Yeah, it is hard. So I can understand that, but it is a bit more of a taxing song. You are sort of right more up the higher end of your register, aren't you? You're pretty much all the way through this one.
Yeah. There's no breath in this one. This one's
How did
balls
how
to the
did
wall.
how did you feel when you was in the vocal booth doing this one? Can you remember?
I believe I was sweating quite a lot when we was doing this one.
Have you ever seen I'm a Celebrity when they get like put in one of them water tanks and it's like filling up because the room was like a glass room. You just got like sweat filling up the room. You're like, oh.
Yeah, it was a very sweaty experience. This one.
Wasn't this the one where you wanted to murder Mike?
I think it may have been.
It was this and the ballad, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely this one. Definitely this one. This one was making up harmonies on the fly.
I like this one a lot though. I think it's got a lot of grit, a lot of character. That's kind of why I liked you singing it rather than me, because naturally I think people would assume it being the rockier of the songs, which is normally the case with us, that I would sing it. But we haven't done that with this one, and you've obviously done the only vocals I think on this one, and it works really well because I think the grittiness of the track with your voice, which is a lot more clean, means your vocal cuts through it a lot better than mine would. Mine would probably sit in there, whereas yours like really cuts through it, and I think that's what gives it its edge, makes it sound a little bit different.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and the guitars sound absolutely killer on this track as well. Absolutely humongous. And obviously we had Mike Crumbus play. That's what Mike actually is the person who owns the studio where we are playing next week on the 25th. So if anybody is we've got some people watching. People of the Book of Face, I think, are mostly watching. If you've got any comments or questions you want to ask the band, give us a shout, let us know. Also, should have mentioned as well, we've got new merchandise available.
Yes, we have, and it's very tasty looking merchandise.
It is nice, isn't it? Do you like the new designs? Cool,
I really do. Yeah.
It's a bit more scully, flary, colourful, a bit more colour to it. It's a bit more flamboyant than the last one, which was just literally our logo.
Yeah.
So this one is a little bit more, a little bit different. But yeah, so that's we've got tons going on. We're going to be out gigging a lot more. I'm speaking to a lot of people about a lot of festivals. It seems to all of a sudden be a lot of activity going on. Let's have a little. I've been really impressed with what's going on in the country world. If you haven't seen recently, we did an interview with country music social media.
Modern.
It's hard to say, isn't it? That? And we did an interview with those guys, and they've been doing some work for us, where they've been getting us a lot of radio play, tons of different radio stations.
Crazy.
And thank you to all the radio stations that are playing our song, because that's great. But it does seem as though country music is on the rise, like in a big way.
And I think we all know why.
And now we have the news that our old ginger friend, Ed,
Mr. Sheeran to you and I,
has now decided that he too is going to do country music. I'm excited about it because at the moment there aren't that many country bands. I mean, the competition for a support tour it isn't that great yet. You know, it's getting there, but there's not that many country bands. We're in with a shout. Although he'll probably just find someone from
He'll
America,
take the Shires, won't he?
or he'll drag someone along. They've
So it'll
gone
be some
all.
little
They've gone
band
to.
called the Chicks, won't it? Some little tiny country music band called the
No, he
Chicks will be
won't.
supporting Ed Sheeran.
He's best mates with Luke Combs now, isn't he? So you've got
Oh.
no chance he'll be out with him. I mean, Luke Combs is the biggest country star right now in
Yeah.
terms of like country charts right this minute. But even then, if you're going to go out and do a country tour, Ed Sheeran would still be the headline.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous how famous that guy is.
But I know he's quite the dab hand with the loop pedal, but I'm not sure if he'd get the same thing if we didn't have a full backing band behind him.
I don't know how he's going to do it. Because
unless he's going to completely redo the way that he makes music.
Because when he plays live, he does predominantly play by himself.
Yeah, that's his Mr. Loop pedal, isn't he?
So so when you've got country music and you've got all those different elements going on, guys, if you're watching this video, do you think it's good for country music that Ed Sheeran is moving into our field? I think, if anything, it's going to heighten the amount of country music that's played on major radio, which opens the door for people like us we're already getting quite a bit of radio play. We're getting a lot of radio play with the BBC. We've been on multiple stations now, so that could potentially help us. But I also think it helps every UK-based country artist, because once it becomes mainstream over here, the opportunities are going to grow. Because one of the things we struggle with the most at the minute is getting gigs for country music, because there aren't that many venues that have country nights, but there's more and more. I mean, I was speaking with Doddy, who we both, you know Doddy? Do you know Doddy? Midlands promoter. You'll know him if you see him at a gig, because he's at everyone in the Midlands. He was saying the other day he wants to host a country event himself. And now, for someone I've known for a really long time who has always been rock and metal, to say that, then there has to be call for it, because he's going to book out a place and he's going to put on country bands. He must think that he's going to be able to sell tickets. And that to me is encouraging, because the crazy decision to do country music a couple of years ago
finally going to pay off.
It's finally, I think, going to start to pay off. And to be fair, we've got a lot of songs out. So in terms of headline slots, guys, give us a shout. We've got a good we've got a good hour and a half set put together now. So
just slide on into those DMs, people.
Oh yes, you get in. Just don't ask us to sell all the tickets.
We're going to book you for a gig in Edinburgh. We're going to give you 250 tickets. Do you think you'll be able to sell them all?
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, of course,
no problem.
No worries. But yeah, so Ed Sheeran in country music, do we think that it's a good idea? Do we think it's going to be good for UK-based country? Yes or no? Quick answer in the comment section, please. Just go for it. Feel free. We don't.
I'll tell you what, though, because the one thing I am very pleased about is that he's been found not guilty on this music trial. Because, like you said, you can't copyright chord progression, and I think and the fact that everyone has agreed with that's opened the door, or not even opened the door, it's just stopped the door from closing on people like you and I.
That song wasn't just a chord progression, though, was it? It was the way that it was played. It was the manner in which it was sung. I think.
No, I don't think they had. I don't think he had. No.
I don't think he should have got done. But I, at the same time, I can understand why that one over other songs, because there's plenty of examples that you could have brought up that were just as bad as that one. But I think you could see why they might have brought it up. But if that case had have swung the other way, then that's the end of music.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got into country music, I recorded a song, and I'd never at the time ever heard of Darius Rucker. Never heard of him. And he basically had a song called Wagon Wheel. That was it. It was Wagon Wheel. I wrote the song, put it out, having never heard of him or that song. Someone went to me, oh, that sounds just like, not a bit like, just like Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker. So I went and checked it out, and I was like, oh, shit, that's almost identical. But I'd never heard the song.
Yeah.
So it just proves that it's really difficult. I thought that was a completely original piece of music. So what you're expecting every artist to do is essentially have an entire knowledge of every song ever released.
And there are only
Where
so many chords on the musical scale.
there's only 12 notes, isn't there?
Exactly.
Yeah, there's only 12 notes. There's only so much you can do. Good old Ken here saying yes, even so, jumping on the bandwagon. Yeah, I mean, why not though? I mean, it's jumping on the bandwagon as far as he's concerned because he's gone over to America, settled in over there. I think he's lived in Nashville a little bit, a couple of times, and he likes that kind of music. And he plays an acoustic guitar, so it's not going to be a huge transition to go from that to country.
No.
And I think the kind of country that you're going to hear from Ed Sheeran is probably going to be more along the lines of Taylor Swift country.
Old Taylor or new Taylor?
Old Taylor.
Old Taylor was brilliant.
I think.
New Taylor's not so much for me, but I do like Old Taylor.
Let's have a look over here. What's Ken saying? Nathan Carter had number one hit in Ireland with Wagon Wheel 2 years before. Was that Darius? Well, there you go. It's like it's weird though because it's like I didn't know that song existed. I never heard it yet. I managed to create a song that literally melodically and chord progression wise was almost identical. So that just proves that it's just only so much you can do with it. So I am glad, like you say, that course that didn't go through and that didn't swing the other direction. But yeah, I think that if we can boost what's going on here with UK country music, like we interviewed Broadtree, and what did they say? They literally said, "We've heard that the UK is the place to be right now." So if people over the other side of the pond are hearing that as well, then it genuinely must be popping off over here in some way. I've had another club on TikTok contact me. They're solely a club for country music. We've had another gig offering, haven't we? Where
in London, they're a country bar.
It's like a saloon / club.
Yeah.
With games and all sorts of stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
It looks crazy, to be fair.
It does look really cool, doesn't it?
It does look really fun. But yeah, so there's all these different country, Western-based themed places opening. Maybe it's a fad. Maybe it'll stick around. I don't know. Because I can't ever remember country music really being a thing here ever before.
Not as popular. I remember I was at university when the Chicks released Home as an album, and
Lady Antebellum as well, maybe.
Yeah, but I remember that album coming out. I was in my second year at university, 2002, 2003, and that album blew my tiny brain. I'd never heard anything like it before. And even obviously country, growing up with things like Johnny Cash and Dolly Parton from my grandparents. But for me, that was old music. I didn't know if people were still doing country in the early 2000s.
From the Stone Age.
Yeah.
But when you look at the evolution of country, though, now there's so many now different variations of country. You've got country pop. So you've got country, which is your typical, I think, like Tim McGraw, Cody Johnson. I think of them as like typical
good old
country.
Garth Brooks.
Yeah, I think of them as country.
The staples.
And then you've got country pop. So I then think of people like Thomas Rhett, Brett Young,
Kelsey
Ballerini, people like that. Then you've got Southern rock. So you've got like your Blackberry Smoke. I'd put Blackstone Cherry in there.
Yeah.
Cadillac 3, which is like a bit more of a redneck type, hillbilly kind of almost vibe, but with loads of gain and rock in there.
Well, it's like Hardy, isn't it?
Hardy's introduced metal to country. You got country trap, which is huge. Country hop and roll, which is another genre of its own, which Louis Lee.
Back porch country, which is proper just chicken picking country.
It's so many different variations of it now, but I've noticed that the types that seem to be doing well over here are your very traditional acoustic-based country and rock.
I mean, I can't remember. Who did I go and see? I went to go and see Ingrid Andress last week at the HMV Academy in Birmingham.
How was that?
She's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a book coming.
It was packed, absolutely
Really?
packed.
Wow.
I've never seen the Institute so busy. It was absolutely rammed, which was brilliant.
How many is the institute hold now?
It's smaller, a lot smaller than the academy. I can't
It's
imagine
yeah.
it's maybe what 300, 400. I'm
Is
not
that the
sure.
old
It's
HMV
yeah,
Institute?
yeah, yeah,
No, an
yeah,
O2 Institute, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was. I think I texted you at the time going, "This is what's wrong at the moment with the music industry." So the ticket cost £19.
No, yeah, he said this.
19 pounds the ticket, and I tell you what, her
That's good.
support, yeah, her
That's
support act was brilliant. He was just one guy with an acoustic guitar, and he was absolutely brilliant. He did a couple of his own songs.
American
No,
as well.
English.
No, oh, British. Oh wow,
Yeah,
cool.
I think he was he from Manchester? He was a really nice guy. I need to try and find his name. And he did that Springsteen cover, that one you sent me earlier. He did that. He'd done that on his guitar, and it was brilliant. And then she came on, and it was just her, a drummer, her electric guitarist, and then she had like a bassist. Oh, a bassist who was also playing keyboards and a few other instruments, so like a multi-instrumentalist. And then she did a couple of acoustic tracks on the piano.
Yeah.
So she did her kind of popular hits, and it was brilliant. And I thought, okay, I like this. And then I went outside to go for wee-wees, and the merch store.
Outside.
Well, outside the room. I didn't think I should go in the corner of the room. And the
The
merch
street.
store was just outside the main door. And
Yeah.
the t-shirts were £30 for a t-shirt. It cost me £19 to go to get the ticket.
Watch a great show.
It cost me £6 to park, and you want £30 for a t-shirt for someone who's admittedly, I don't think it was sold out, but it was packed out. The Institute, £30 for a t-shirt, £45 for a hoodie.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? The price. But the thing is, though, and we're finding this with our own band, it's the only way to make any money in music.
It is,
especially if you're touring. Because if you're out on the road, like just doing the UK, you can get away with selling your t-shirts for 15, 20 quid.
Yeah.
Right? You can do that. You still got enough profit in there to pay for your fuel, cover any hotel costs, and maybe make a little bit of money on the back end. The problem is because no one's making any money from the music. And we've discussed this before, and we'll probably discuss it till the day we drop. Because no one's making any money from streaming, they're being forced to hike the price of tickets to get into venues in the first place. Now, £19 actually a good price for a ticket.
It was a really good price. Yeah.
But for her first UK tour, I suppose it's understandable that they've gone cheaper because they want to have a good crowd and spread the word. But then the merchandise is ridiculously expensive now. Like 30 quid for a t-shirt. I mean, you want a really, really bloody good quality t-shirt for 30 quid if I was buying one. I'll always buy a band's t-shirt because I know it's the only way they're making any money.
I didn't have 30 quid to spend on a t-shirt.
No, I know, but 30 quid would have been too much for me as well. I think when we went and watched the Brothers Osborne, I think it was like 20.
It was 20. It was 20 or 25, and that was at a bigger venue with arguably a bigger band. I mean, don't get me wrong, she was brilliant because the chat in between the songs was great. I think the audience was a bit quiet to start off with, and she explained that she's a songwriter, and she wrote Boys. The song that Charlie XCX did.
Yeah.
Charlie XCX. That Ingrid Andress wrote that.
Yeah.
So she sang her version of that, and that was quite eye-opening to think, okay, she started off as a singer, as a songwriter. She didn't start off as a singer.
Yeah.
And I quite like the way that she talked about some of the songs she'd written. And
I just realised, sorry, English is the one we did.
Yeah. We did the reacts to that we couldn't post.
That we couldn't post because we got copyright strikes. But she
did an amazing song called More Hearts Than Mine.
She had that incredible line in the chorus that I bloody loved. It was amazing.
But she did this song called More Hearts Than Mine, and it's a bit like her Summer of '69, I think, because as soon as she sang it, the entire place started properly belting it out. And as someone who wants to aspire to that kind of thing, I got a bit choked up thinking that must be an incredible feeling, particularly going to a foreign country, not known for its love of country music. And Birmingham is the birthplace of heavy metal, for fuck's sake. And she sings this song, and the entire room was singing it along to. And I thought that must be an incredible feeling.
Yeah, that's awesome. So the also the Academy of Country Music Awards We're not at that. We're not. That's not what
Not
we've
there
been.
yet.
We're not there. We're just UK Country Awards at the moment.
One,
But
one step at a time, Steve.
one day, right? Hosted by Dolly Parton and Garth
Oh my
Brooks.
god, yeah, we're not quite there yet.
Dolly Parton and Garth Brooks. We did mention that we'll be hosting it one day.
We'll be the new Carrie and Brad Paisley.
Obviously.
Do you imagine
but
how awkward we'd be?
you can actually watch. I'm actually going to watch it tonight because it's on Amazon Prime Video. The whole ceremony, and I didn't get to watch it, so I'm going to go back and watch it because I'm hearing really mixed reactions about Hardy.
Yeah.
Apparently, he didn't go down well, but he won, and he won an award.
Was it best male or best song?
No, I
I
think
saw he
it
won
was
something.
best musical event, and it was, and I think it was for his duo that he did.
With Lainey Wilson.
Oh, can I just say, this has turned into just like a country music discussion, hasn't it? But this will be up on the podcasts too. But the Lainey Wilson's album, is flipping brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, she's amazing.
I listened to it on the way back from rugby the other day, and it was great from start to finish. Not what I was expecting. Like, there's loads of songs in there that were really like not what I was expecting at all. But yeah, Hardy seemed to divide opinion online.
I imagine
we knew he would. We knew he would. We said, didn't we, when we reviewed his song?
Well, I wonder if he divides opinion in the industry. You know, if the hardcore bass country music fans are going to be the Stetson wearing, cowboy boot wearing, Levi, or the Wrangler wearing fans, aren't they? The ones who want your Tim McGraw and your Garth Brooks, who don't want some backwards baseball wearing baggy jeans metal singer screaming country music.
No, yeah, it is mental. So let's just go through a couple of the winners. This will be fun. Just see what we think where we would go. So, Entertainer of the Year. You had the likes of Chris Stapleton, Carrie Underwood, Jason Aldean, who I love Jason Aldean, but I've never liked any of his live performances that I've seen. Kane Brown, not my kind of jam. Luke Combs, love Luke Combs' album, but again, lately live, I've seen a bit of a mixed review on his live performances recently. We've been to Dollywood for Joby Woods in 2019. Oh,
what?
Very jealous.
Was amazing.
Very jealous. Damn it. Miranda Lambert and Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
Morgan
Wallen won.
No, Chris Stapleton won it. And I think he probably won it for when he did the, was it the Super Bowl national anthem? Have you watched that yet? I told you about this. You got to go watch it. When we finish this, you need to go and bloody watch it. Jesus Christ. I don't think there was a dry eye in the entire building.
Really?
It wasn't my national anthem. And I was like, what? Like, goosebumps everywhere.
Was it as good as when Fergie sang it from the Black Eyed Peas?
That is the worst thing. That's the worst thing in the history of live music. Oh, that was awful. God Christ. How could she not hear herself?
You're halfway through, you'd be like, no, I'm out.
Jesus Christ, it was awful. It's not to slag another artist stuff, because Fergie's done very well in her career. She was obviously having a very bad day, but that was, yeah. But no, Chris Stapleton's was nothing like that. It was imagine the absolute opposite of that.
Okay.
Go and give it a watch after we finish this. I'm telling you, you'll be worth it. Female Artist of the Year.
Carrie?
No, Lainey Wilson won.
Oh, nice, good.
Ashley McBride was in there. Carly Pierce, Kelsey Ballerini, and Miranda Lambert. Carrie wasn't even in there. Shout.
Is it an old? It's an old release now, isn't it? The one that she released, the last
Denim
and Rhinestones was.
Well, I don't think it was anything to do with the art. It just said Female Artist of the Year, but I would have to agree with that. I think Lainey Wilson is awesome. I love her whole image, everything.
Vocally, she's bang on when she sings live. It's like listening to a record.
Yeah. Male Artist of the Year, Morgan Wallen won.
No.
He's broken some recent record. He's broken some recent record as well, hasn't he? Of being at number one the most weeks or something.
Not for me. That song that we did of his.
he's got some. See, do you know what my problem is? Is with Morgan Wallen. He's not Morgan Wallen. I like his voice, and I like his lyrics. I
Yeah.
really don't like the musical production around him.
Yeah. Those drums, I hate those drums. What are those drums called?
Yeah, 808. He doesn't use them all the time. He doesn't use them
Yeah.
all the time, but he's. I think he would be better if he did more traditionally kind of country music. I just think his voice is so good, like unique. He's got a unique voice. Duo of the year. So we got Dan Shay.
Was it the Westlands?
It wasn't. We didn't get a look in this year, to be fair.
Next year.
The War and Treaty. I've heard things about these. I haven't actually seen anything of them. I need to go and check them out. Maddie and Ty, Dan and Shay,
nice.
Brooks and Dunn, and the Brothers Osborne. And the Brothers Osborne won it.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
An absolute powerhouse.
Oh,
that wasn't me.
Was that you? Did you put that there? No. Oh, well, there you go. It's there now.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
I think maybe it was Ken. Maybe Ken has access to our Facebook page. Yeah, so yeah, got Brothers Osborne. I would have to agree. They are my favorite country. Well, I would have said band, but apparently duo. Group of the year, Old Dominion.
Yeah, I quite like them.
Yeah. I haven't listened to much of the stuff. Lady A, it's the same. There's a band here called Midland.
Oh, we're not having that.
And we're called the Westlands.
We should go on tour together.
We should go on tour with them.
Ken, can you sort that out, please?
Yes. I don't think he was answering to that. I think he was answering who posted on the Westlands page. Yeah. So yeah, the Westlands should tour with Midland.
That would be. Imagine the T-shirts.
The Westlands, Midland, the Midland Westlands. I don't know how you would. I don't know how you would market that one. New female artist of the year. What was that? Meow. I haven't heard of any of these. Hayley Withers.
Yes, I've heard of her.
Super young. Caitlin Smith.
Oh, I love her stuff.
Megan Maroney.
No, I don't know.
Morgan Wade. No, I've heard of her. I like her. I love her voice. Is she the one that sounds like Dolly Parton?
Don't know.
Her voice, I'm sure it's her, is very similar to Dolly Parton. And then Priscilla Block. Not heard of her either.
Who won?
Hayley Withers.
Oh, yeah, I've heard some.
No, Hayley Whitters.
Caitlin Smith is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
God, I don't think I've heard any of her stuff. Maybe I have. I'm terrible because I listen to loads of stuff.
Played something at you. I'm sure I have.
Yeah. Zach Bryan won New Male Artist of the Year. He had like Dylan Scott, Ernest, Jackson Dean, Nate Smith. I like Nate Smith. Bailey Zimmerman as well. I really like him.
Yeah, I like a couple of his songs.
Album of the Year. Here we go.
Go on.
Right. Bell Bottom Country, Ashley McBride, Lindville, Luke Combs Growing Up, Mr. Saturday Night by Johnny Pardy, or Palomino by Miranda Lambert. Which one won, do you reckon?
It's got to be Luke Combs, but I personally think it should have been Miranda Lambert.
It was Lainey Wilson. She won that one as well.
What's she? Oh, good for her.
She smashed
up the female singers.
She smashed it. I mean, I must admit, I really do like Growing Up. I think Luke Combs' first album was bloody brilliant. His second album had 3 songs on there that were just absolutely killer. The rest felt like fillers. They were a bit too similar to the first album. This album feels a lot better, a lot stronger. But
I like this album.
Having listened to Bell Bottom Country the other day, it's just different. It sounds different to everything that everyone else is doing right now.
Palomino is a brilliant album. The Miranda Lambert one, cracking album.
Single of the year. We've got to learn this song, haven't we, for a wedding that we're going to perform at. We've never done anything like that before, but we're going to be learning a few covers and performing at someone's wedding. They actually went onto the British Country Music Festival website, checked out all of the artists that were performing that week, and they chose us to perform at their wedding. They asked us very kindly if we would. They probably really asked about 20 of us, and they all said no. No, but they said they listened to everyone and they wanted us, and they listed off a bunch of our songs that they really want us to perform. So we said, yes, why not? Let's just do it. She Had Me at Heads Carolina. That's a long
Mm,
title. Doesn't roll off the tongue that well.
it's not. I'm not a massive fan of the song.
I like the song. I
Mm.
really like the song, but I just think it should be called Heads Carolina. I don't think it needs to be She Had Me at Heads Carolina. I just feel like it's too long. Country songs do that quite a bit though, don't they? Have long titles. Never Wanted to Be That Girl.
Oh, that's a good
Um,
song.
yeah, Kylie Pierce. I like her
Yeah.
as well. She's good. Heart Like a Truck. Ah, that was a killer tune. God, Heart Like a Truck. Lainey Wilson, another one. Oh, Till You Can't, Cody Johnson.
Yeah.
Love that song as well. I love that song. Song of the year. Oh, that was single. What's the point in these two categories? This is ridiculous.
Right.
Single,
I
single
know
of the
this.
year,
Yeah.
single of the year, and song of the year.
Yes, I know this,
Wait,
and it's to do with performance. I think one's to do with artistic performance, and one is to do with who actually wrote it. So,
it does. It
song of the
says
year has got
awarded to.
nothing.
It does. It says awarded to songwriter, publishers, and
Yeah,
artists. So
yeah.
it's the same song.
I know this because from the Brits.
It's the same song anyway. It was Heads Carolina again. And then we had visual media of the year. That's a new category I've never heard of before. Wait in the Truck won that one.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you remember when we did the Reacts to video to that song?
Yeah, blew your
What
mind, didn't it?
blew my the video alongside biggest tearjerker of the year, which should have been a category, would have been the dog song by Chase Rice.
The dog is that what it's called now? The dog song.
I think it's called
The middle seat,
bench seat.
bench seat or something.
Just me, you, and the bench seat.
No, can't even listen to it. It came on my I had just a random playlist on, and it came on. I was like, nope, I can't. I know who this song is about. Skip.
Yeah. Musical event of the year was also Wait in the Truck. I don't know what that means, Eva. Musical event of the year.
Do they mean like a live performance?
Visual.
Because we saw that live performance at the CMAs, wasn't it? And
Maybe it's that. Visual media of the year has to just be music video, but for some reason they've gone with a really long title for it. It's just bloody music video, isn't it? And then you've got musical event of the year. Again, no understand why. Artist songwriter of the year went to Hardy. Now that is what surprises me, because there's a lot of objection in the country world towards Hardy. Ken, if you're still watching, and anyone else that's watching, what's your thoughts on Hardy? We love him.
Yeah.
Because his album is incredible. For anyone that hasn't heard it, we've spoke about it before. It starts off as a country album and then progressively gets heavier and heavier and heavier until you get into Emma and Steve world of metal and heavy
I'm
rock.
absolutely obsessed with Mockingbird and the Crow. I think that is one of the most amazingly constructed songs I've ever heard.
I said when we listened to it, I'm like, when we finished listening to it, I said afterwards, that might be the best song I've ever listened to. Not in terms of like, oh, it makes me want to sing it every 5 minutes, like a Michael Jackson song, or I want to get up and dance. But like you just said, the best written and constructed song I've ever heard. The way it goes from having that really soft beginning, and then it's got that brilliant chorus, and then almost like a separate song in the second half with another brilliant chorus.
Two incredible songs sandwiched together.
It's some going that was, man. It was such a tune. I think that was my song of the year if I'm gonna pick one myself. Songwriter of the year goes to a guy called Ashley Gorley.
I don't know him.
We've got Josh Osborne. I wonder if he's anything to do with Brothers Osborne. Hunter Phelps, Chase McGill, Nicole Gallion. I feel like we've spoken about it to her before. Nicole. Ashley Gorley. I don't know what he's written. What's he written? Well, now we'll have to find out. We'll have a look at that afterwards. Studio recording. Oh, these are all the boring ones, like the people that actually make the thing sound good.
Oh no!
Acoustic guitar player of the year, audio engineer of the year, bass player of the year. You interested in that one?
Any day now, they'll be knocking on that door.
Drummer of the year, electric guitar player of the year, piano player of the year, producer of the year. Sorry, there's a guy in there called Luke Dick.
Yay! Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, he's got a hard job. Oh. Oh dear. I hope his song wasn't a flop. I'm telling you, man, if this fails, I'm going to stand up.
I hope this doesn't fail.
Oh dear. Stephen Hawking tried to stand up once.
No, stop it now. Stop it now. This is where we get cancelled. Stop it now.
Okay.
Stop it.
Yeah, he's not going to complain.
Stop it.
Okay, that's it. We're done. That's all the country music news on here. We don't know this. This started just us talking about our new single, and we've got some gigs coming up, and then we've just kind of ventured
45
into
minutes later.
Big talk of music. So, guys, thank you very much for watching and tuning in. And if you're watching this after the fact, make sure you give it a like and stuff. We're going to be doing some more review videos as well. So be sure to check them out. We'll be doing them really soon. This one's gone on way longer than we planned. So yeah, don't forget to do all the stuff we said. Come and see us at a show. Check out our new single on June the 2nd.
Buy some merchandise.
And yeah, buy some merchandise so we don't have to be paupers. And yeah, because there's no money to share around this country now. The King just had his special day. So could everybody just please buy our stuff? No.
Yes, please.
Just at the very least, give us a follow and a like and subscribe to whatever channel you're watching it on. That all really, really does genuinely help. And go vote for us on the Music Awards. We'd like to win something.
Oh, that'd be lovely. I'd like a nice night out.
A wooden spoon. I don't care what it is. I'll take just an award of any description. Right. Thank you, everybody. We will be back. We'll be back very soon. Goodbye.
Bye.